It's the week of November 1st, 2021, on The Bold and the Beautiful, the week that gave us death threats, dust to side chicks, and sweet dreams of Brooke Logan. So fill your petty cups to the brim and get ready for Talk Soap with Keisha Chantal. Hello, Soap Opera Nation. Welcome back. I'm your host, Keisha Chantal, your soap opera savant for all things petty. Today's show will feature highlights from some of this week's best scenes, plus spoilers decoded. So make sure that you stick around all the way to the end because you don't want to miss one drop. All right, now let's get it on. Last week ended with Carter reaching over the table at El Giardino to caress Katie's hand softly, which, when you think about it, is a pretty odd reaction to being told that Eric just had two boners with Donna. I get that Katie probably did this to feel Carter out to see where his head was at with regards to Quinn. The big head, not the little head. But really, Katie, girl, you shouldn't have bothered. Carter's already moving on. With you.
Is this okay?
Yeah, I don't mind a bit.
Now that that's settled, Carter had to ruin it by reminding Katie what a complete idiot he was for falling so damn hard for Quinn that he was ready to chuck his entire life down into the dumpster just to be with her. For now, Katie's showing empathy. You know, trying to be understanding that his feelings for Eric's wife runs deep. Yeah, deep in Quinn Valley. But I know there must be a small part of her that probably thinks that Carter is a whole ass fool for putting his career on the line like that. Shit. Child, anyways, get ready for the next love of Carter's life. Place your bets on how long it's going to take before he tells Katie, "I've never felt like this for anyone before." What do you think? 1 week? 2 weeks? Definitely before St. Nick slides down the chimney for Christmas, am I right? Another day, another play date with Steffy, her ex-waffle, and Kelly. Ugh.
Didn't even keep up with her.
Yeah, she was like 10 feet ahead of us.
10 feet? Nah, sounds like Kelly's trying to make a run for it. Don't give up, Kelly. We're rooting for you. Well, I think we can all agree that this recurring display of co-parenting is really just another convenient way for Steffy and her trash daddy to commiserate over how Hope and Finn are on some bullshit for wanting Deacon and Sheila in their lives. You've heard it all before, and I'm sure you're numb from it. Meanwhile, over at Forrester Creations, where the fashion comes secondary to who's having sex and who isn't, I'm wondering why Finn keeps making a beeline to Hope. Every time Steffy loosens her vice grip around his neck. Wait a second. Did I just answer my own question? I think I did. Finn likes to hang out with Hope because he gets to ask important questions like this.
I'm curious. I mean, what made her that way? Like, what was her childhood like?
Curiosity killed the cat, Finn. And also, your patience. When was the last time you checked on them anyway? Do you even still have a job? Just kidding. I don't care. Take off your shirt. Ah, now we're cooking. Finn and Hope make a great team, don't you think? If the sport were talking around and around in circles and not coming up with any solutions. Ugh! This is literally the same conversation they had in Malibu, 1-2 weeks ago, when they saw Sheila pry open Deacon's mouth with her tongue? Nothing new to see here.
The question is, are they a good influence on each other?
That remains to be seen.
Actually, the question is, who hates you enough to give you sheepdog bangs, Hope? Do you feel betrayed? Violated? I do. Before long, Steffy comes into work and overhears their conversation through yet another conveniently left open door. Don't be coy. You knew this was coming. I'm sure Steffy was growing tired of pretending to be one big happy family anyway. So, to be pulled down into the mud again feels really good.
This is my husband. My marriage. My family. You keep your bad advice to yourself.
A moment of silence, please, for the fact that Steffy is saying this to Hope, and for once, it's not about a certain soggy waffle. I would call that growth, but since we're not allowed to have nice things, I'll save myself the embarrassment and quit while I'm ahead. After Steffy banishes Finn from the office so the grown-ups can talk, she and Hope go back and forth with Steffy, reminding her more than once that she thought that they were in agreement about protecting the children. And it's good that Steffy brought this up because...
Maybe exile is the right word after all. I'm sorry, but Taylor cannot be a part of their lives.
Like mother, like hypocrite. The receipts never lie. We still have no idea how Sheila is able to live in a hotel, but it's crazy to think how far she's come from her waitressing days at Il Giardino to then being locked up for a couple of years to now seemingly well off enough to avoid the pesky time suck of employment. Without needing to work, Sheila has bucket loads of time to build her latest contraption to ensnare Finn and baby Hayes. And if you thought the Photoshop thing was weird, then we need to talk about phase 2.
I'm trying to create history for us here, Deacon, the story of our love affair, and it is going to be so compelling.
Writing fake love letters? Somebody's bored. Why go to all that trouble? Does Sheila really think that Hope and Finn care enough to request proof of their communication and conjugal visits? I am confusion. Anyway, before I go mad trying to find my last to give, let me pause here and say that it felt really good to finally get some insight as to why Sheila is acting like a rabid dog to a bone when it comes to Hayes and Finn. As it turns out, none of her other 4 children want anything to do with her cray-cray. Yikes. It says a lot about your mothering skills when your last hope to mother is with a grown man who doesn't know you from a can of paint.
Deacon back in town, his presence here. I mean, Rich and I are in a good space.
Well, for those who don't already know how Brooke came to be impregnated by her daughter's husband, here's a refresher. Once upon a time, Deacon made Brooke extremely horny. And I don't blame her, because back then, Deacon was looking like a big old happy ending meal. Ridge wasn't there, aka he was married to Taylor, and this allowed Brooke to go into jackal mode.
I've watched you for a long time. Tear my family apart like a jackal that rips flesh off of a wounded animal.
Where she allowed, her words, not mine, allowed Deacon to seduce her. As Genuicity Love said on Twitter, this is why Brooke sucks. I allowed Deacon to seduce me? Huh? DJ Broken Record spinning lies on the 1 and 2s. Anywho, lots of flashbacks later, and I was left with a distinct impression that when Brooke told Hope that her past with Deacon was complicated, that was really code for, child, he blew my back out and I ain't recovered since. That's why I don't want him coming around my house and disrupting things, because I might backslide. Raise your hand in the comments if you're a woman or man that has one of these D's attached to a trash man in your past. And the only way you can resist him is if you literally block him from your entire life. Let me know. I can't be the only one.
Once you've had Brooke Logan, oh, you just can't have anybody else.
Ooh-wee. Brooke's bedroom does it again. Or, as Cash Dwar so poetically put it, Brooke's got that wop. And the wop brought Deacon to Brooke's door, scratching like a little puppy to be let in. Once he convinced Brooke to let him say his piece, Deacon did not hold back.
What can I say? I dream about a life with you. Little fantasy never hurt anybody.
My name is Mess, and I approve this message. Yes, let Deacon tell Sheila to go to hell and instead work on becoming a better baby daddy. Then, and I'm sure you know where my mind's going with this, full scorched earth destruction when he seduces Brooke once again, and she allows it. Meanwhile, Taylor comes home and starts chipping away at Ridge. And the bridge comes falling down. Great news! Pam is getting the full use of her receptionist desk back now that Donna has been told to kick rocks out of Forrester Creations. Oh, wait, what a moment. Let's review how we got here.
That I have to eliminate you from our lives forever? So be it.
Donna shaking in her stilettos. Love to see it. You see, this is what you get when you openly admit to loving a man who is 1, married, 2, married, 3, did I mention he was married? See, what had happened was Donna let her sisters gas her up in the head, leading her to believe that just because Eric licked her fingers and hugged her and got a boner that he was ready to reconcile, when in actual reality, he was just using her as a fluffer until he got home to Quinn. Donna needed a rude awakening, and Quinn was only too happy to oblige. As soon as she got home, she laid down the law to Eric. Cut the bitch loose now. However, at first, it did not look as though Eric understood the assignment.
You need to know how much I love you and how much you mean to me.
Eric goes back to Forrester and then tells Donna that he needs to talk to her about them and everything that they've been through and their future. Future? Child, it only got worse from there. Eric kept hinting at coming to a decision that would affect both their futures. His breadcrumbing got so bad that Donna could hardly contain herself. Just Eric doing the most so he could eventually tell her that she's fired. Then Donna did the most by telling Eric this.
You are the one great love of my life, Eric Forrester.
Oh, how sweet. This is bound to change Eric's mind. Am I right?
Fatality.
Woo wee! Ashes to ashes, dust to side chicks. Bye, Donna. And now it's time to rate Love in the Afternoon. Was it hot or not?
I felt this incredible sense of stillness, and now all there is peace and quiet.
Wow. So this is what it's like to have sex with Brooke Logan? You know, I've always been curious. And it looks like I've been playing the game all wrong. Sense of stillness, calm, peace, and quiet. Damn, Brooke's WAP sounds like a relaxing vacation. The question is, Motel 6 or the Ritz? Either way, it's hot. It's time for What the Fug, Fashion Fug Awards. Who stunted and who committed fashion crimes this week in Los Angeles? Alexander McQueen's sartorial jacket, $2,100. The jacket cost so much, Steffy didn't bother with the matching pants. Speaking of which, what exactly is that she's wearing underneath it? Looks like tennis shorts under a white mini dress? I can't quite figure it out. Alessandra Rich, short jacket with bow, $1,285. I'm a fool for some belts. And Brooke's belt is money. I don't even care about this boxy jacket. Just give me the belt. Floral midi dress by Polo Ralph Lauren, $365. Hope ruined a fun, flirty dress by deciding to wear it with sheepdog bangs. Not looking her best. Back to the prairie with this shit. Cleo Bell Paisley silk tie neck blouse, $239. You can never go wrong with a timeless tie neck blouse. Unless it's paisley print. Let's leave that in the 70s with the free love, please. Spoilers for the week of November 8th, 2021 are in. So let's try to make some sense out of nonsense. After Hope gets Brooke in her feelings about her sickening affair with Deacon, she runs over to Ridge next to get him to see the light. Ridge would tell her, "Allow that piece of shit back into our lives? How do you do that? Not gonna happen, little girl." Later, when Ridge gets home to find said piece of shit standing in his living room, he's gonna be pissed. Especially when Brooke comes to his defense. Ridge won't like what Brooke tells him, so he'll call up Justin to follow Sheila and Deacon around so he can dig up some dirt on them. Get ready for a face-off between Quinn and Katie. Don't worry, Katie won't be bringing her gun this time. Just dragging Quinn for filth in front of Carter over her many scandals. Poor Lee. She's finally gonna learn what a complete douchebag Jack is for knocking up Sheila and keeping it a secret from her for over 30 years. This should be a prelude to Jack meeting up with Sheila at Il Giardino on Friday, but then scurrying away like a lily-livered rat when Finn walks in unexpectedly. Oh, and remember when Thomas assured Zende more than once that he was going to respect his relationship with Paris? Well, he lied. As it turns out, what he's going to do instead is plan a romantic dinner for Paris and then tell her that he's feeling some type of way about her. Paris will be so confused, she's not going to know how to respond. And neither will Douglas, because he'll ask Paris straight out, "Are you my dad's new girlfriend?" Awkward. Meanwhile, over it, blissfully unaware, Zende is going to ask Quinn to help him design some custom jewelry for Paris as a special gift. And I hope it's not an engagement ring. Is Zende even divorced from Nicole? Why won't anybody answer me? Well, that's it for this week's Talk Soap, everyone. Thanks for watching. Do you think that Carter and Katie make a cute couple? Let me know in the comments. Till I see you next time, stay petty.